There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children and animals too. Bertha, Martha, Sky and Bob, John, Jane, Jack and Jill, Eric, Edith, Esme, Pop, Kai, Rosa, and Baby Bill. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe, and when the children were hungry, she made them a stew with potatoes and coconut and carrots and peas, and she kissed them all lovingly when they said, "More, please." There was an old woman who lived in a shoe, and when the car broke down, they rode anew. They all held tight, sitting side by side, and she kissed them all lovingly at the end of the ride. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe, and when the clothes got tatty, she'd mend and make do. What fabulous clothes, such colorful cloth, and she kissed them all lovingly when they showed them off. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe, and when the furniture broke, she stuck it with glue and hammered and nailed and screwed here and there, and she kissed them all lovingly from her wobbly chair. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe, and some days were just a big hullabaloo. So much noise, what a messy muddle, but all was made better by a big, soft cuddle. I love you. One shoe. Two shoes. Red shoes. Blue shoes. Old shoes. New shoes. On their way to school shoes. Long laces tied in knots. Green pumps with yellow spots. Party shoes. Artsy shoes. Two shoes make a pair. Who's that hiding there? Little mouse one, little mouse two. A shoe for a house? A house for a mouse? Mouses, houses, red and blue, slippers on the bedroom floor. Here's little mouse three. And little mouse four. 5, 6, 7. 10 little white mice. Scritchy, scratchy, who goes there? Pitter, patter. Sniff, lick. Scatter. Doggy stretch. Good boy, fetch. Bounce away. Whose Shoes? A Shoe for Every Job by Stephen R. Swinburne. Most people wear shoes, but some people don't. The first shoes you ever wore were soft and very small. If it's cold outside, you wear boots. If it's hot, you wear flip-flops. Your favorite shoes might be blue or silver. People wear different shoes for different jobs. Can you tell whose shoes go with what job? Whose shoes? A ballerina. Whose shoes? A farmer. Whose shoes? A firefighter. Whose shoes? An Army National Guard soldier. Whose shoes? A soccer player. Whose shoes? A construction worker. Whose shoes? A post office worker. Whose shoes? A chef. Whose shoes? A clown. Whose shoes will you wear one day? Shoes for Me by Sue Fleece. Feet got bigger, heel to toe. Time for new shoes, off we go. I am older, look I've grown. Mom says I can choose my own. Lots of choices I can see. Will I find some shoes for me? Girl shoes, boy shoes, flowers, stars, jewels and glitter, trucks and cars, dress shoes, play shoes, wall to wall. Watch me as I try them all. Shoes that zip up, shoes that tie, shoes to tiptoe to the sky, shoes that clatter, shoes that clop, shoes that light up when I hop. Shiny zigzags, these are nice. Mom says no, not at that price. Shoes that slip on, shoes that clip, summer shoes that flop and flip, shoes that sparkle, shoes that snap, shoes for ballet, shoes for tap. Shoes that buckle left and right. Ouch, these shoes are way too tight. Shoes for baskets, shoes for goals, shoes with springs inside their soles. Fuzzy, furry shoes that quack. I'm no duck, please put those back. Shoes for puddles, shoes for snow, shoes too loose, there's room to grow. Shoes for dress up, shoes with heels, even shoes that roll on wheels. Shoes with buttons, shoes with bows, shoes that show my wiggly toes, shoes for swimming, shoes that squeak. Finding shoes could take all week. Is it hopeless? Should we go? Mom said yes, but I say no. Those shoes right there, way up high, one last pair I have to try. Colored laces, stripes and spots, glowing, blinking polka dots. These are perfect. Can it be? I have found the shoes for me. What will I do if I can't tie my shoe? My lace has come loose. My shoe is untied. I can't tie my lace. I've tried and I've tried. Buckle Buckles are easy, zippers are too. I can button my buttons, but I can't tie my shoe. I can slip on my slippers faster than fast. My sneakers with Velcro go on in a flash. But here I am stuck with my shoelace untied. I can't run, I can't jump, and I can't go outside. If my lace is undone, I can't play. It's no fun. Hey, big brother, will you show me how it's done? First, cross both ends. Slip one over, under, and through. Now pull them tight. Then here's what you do. Next, make a bunny ear, and then make another. Wrap one around, pull it through. You try, little brother. I try and I try. I think I can do it. Look, it's a bow. There was nothing to it. I did it, I tied my own shoe, and add this to the list of the things I can do. Now I'm practically flying. I can race, twirl, and skip. With my shoelaces tied, I probably won't trip. Oops! The end. Can You Find My Shoe? By Patty Lennox. One day in the summer I went to the zoo, and somehow or other I lost my right shoe. I looked at my foot and I saw it was bare. I had only one shoe, no longer a pair. I turned all around as I looked left and right. My right shoe was gone. It was nowhere in sight. The zookeepers helped me. We looked all around. We looked in the trees and we looked on the ground. I was right by the snakes. When I noticed it missing, I asked, "Do you have it?" They answered by hissing, "Hiss." We looked near the polar bear, peeked in her lair. No shoe could be seen, just a lot of white hair. A monkey was swinging way up in the sky. We looked for the shoe as we watched him swoop by. Then thumping their chests using all of their might, the gorillas looked down. There was no shoe in sight. A long-necked giraffe looked way up in a tree. No shoe could be found, but she did see a bee. As I swam with flamingos and looked all around, I saw their pink legs, but no shoe could be found. The koalas were sleeping on branches up high. My shoe's not up there, I declared with a sigh. Two Humpty-Humped camels saw a shoe running past. They watched and they wondered what made it go fast. Some penguins were sliding around in the snow. They twirled and they spun as we searched high and low. We spotted the elephants happily drinking. Have they seen my shoe? I couldn't help thinking. A kangaroo watched as we searched everywhere. She looked in her pouch, but it wasn't in there. The slow-moving sloth saw a shoe running by. She saw where it went, but she didn't know why. We spotted the lions as we pushed through the crowd. When we started to look, they roared and they growled. Roar! As we searched everywhere, some animals grunted, some screeched, and some howled. They all watched as we hunted. Grunt, howl. The zoo just exploded with animal sounds. The news of my lost shoe was making the rounds. I covered my ears as the noise level grew. Some animals stopped, but only a few. Then all of a sudden I saw something blue. Yippee, hooray, that's it, that's my shoe. I found it, I yelled to the keepers. Oh no, that's a mouse, looking out with her peepers. My shoe was her home now. It made a nice nest. I said she could keep it. I thought that was best. The warmth of their mum put her babies to sleep. Their little eyes closed, and I heard not a peep. Papa Mouse knew he had found a good shoe. He snuggled right in, and he closed his eyes too. I tiptoed away and went home to my bed. Dreams of the day swirled around in my head. The day was exhausting, but somehow I knew that the next day I'd hurry right back to the zoo. And do you know what happened? I'll bet that you do. Somehow or other, I lost my left shoe. If you're planning to have a fun day at the zoo, you might want to bring along one extra shoe.